Speaking of another artist, you guys, a really big artist and one of my favorite artists of all time.
I almost gave you that package.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The package about the cherries. He was about to give you the cherry package.
He wasn't giving me no cherry package. He walked right over me, which I did get to touch him when he did that. But I'm talking about Usher! Usher, baby! Yes, I'm talking about Usher, you guys. He is suing Bryan Michael Cox and others over failed Buckhead restaurant loan, and he is seeking $4.9 million in damages, you guys. Okay. So Usher has filed a lawsuit in Fulton County against music producer Bryan Michael Cox, associates Keith Thomas, Charles Hughes, and entertainment lawyer, I believe it's Outside Honor. I'm gonna just say that. The lawsuit stems from a loan that Usher gave to the group for a restaurant project that never happened. Now, according to the lawsuit, the group pitched Usher on opening a restaurant and lounge called Homage ATL at, I don't care to give the address, but it was at the former Ocean Prime location. So Usher agreed to loan $1.7 million in January, but did not take an investor role. The money was wired to a trust account. However, months later, the property had not been purchased, and over the summer, Usher requested repayment and received $1 million in August, but the remaining $700,000 had not been returned. The suit claims that the lawyer admitted repayment would be difficult because the funds were used for other purposes. Usher is seeking $4.9 million in damages, allocating $700,000 for each of the 7 claims in the lawsuit. And so everybody was in a frenzy because they're like, oh no, I don't want to see Usher and Bryan Michael Cox beefing. Like, they're really good friends. This is crazy. I hope that this doesn't mean that their friendship is over. And so Bryan Michael Cox did put out a statement, and he said, regarding to today's news, I've learned a lot recently about being careful with who you choose to invest in a business with. No matter how small the investment, I'm currently in the middle of a failed deal that I didn't orchestrate. And while the situation has been disappointing, I know my name will be cleared by both sides. It's just unfortunate that this clarity didn't come sooner. My legal team has also advised me of a lawsuit involving a company where I am only a passive minority shareholder. I was not a participant in that business transaction and have no involvement in the ongoing legal process. And while I'm unable to share more details right now, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. My 27-year friendship with Usher remains fully intact. So I appreciate everyone who's reached out and had a concern, and with love and patience, thanks for the understanding and all of the things. So their relationship is really good, but it does just go to show you that when you're going into business with your friends, things can get a little bit messy. Now, fortunately for these two friends, it seems like everything's good, and it's more so on the other business partners that they had involved in the situation. But sometimes it can get really messy, and they say don't go into business with your friends, but you know, things do work out in the end sometimes.
Yeah. No, I personally don't think this is even a bad thing. I think this is just business that they're all dealing with. Bryan Michael Cox is infamous, famous songwriter, and I want to say he was also with Boyz II Men. So Usher has plenty of respect for him, and I know they're not having a falling out. It's just business at the end of the day.
I want my money, and I want it now.
Yeah, and
I don't blame Usher for that.
No,
I'm just glad the friendship is still, good. Sometimes you do got to walk away from certain stuff though before the friendship gets a little messy, because it's like, listen, I would rather just keep you as a friend versus us get all messy in the money business. But also, when you're in the industry, you hope that the industry doesn't change your friendships too, because you see what's going on with like the City Girls. Not to say like behind the scenes that it wasn't something more so internal between just the two of them, but I definitely think it was outside forces that was kind of like splitting them apart. Because I thought the City Girls, and I was hoping they would be friends for forever, but it seems like they're just more so cordial now, or I don't even know if they're cordial at this point because of how Saucy Santana and JT be going at it, and Miami in the middle of that.
Too messy.
That's neither here nor there. Be careful when you go into business with your friends. That's what I'll say about that.
I would just like to see this end up as like a Judge Judy episode, though. Like that's what they should do. Take it to like Judge Judy or Judge Joe Brown, something like that.
Them shows were fake.
Nah, they were actually real cases. Those were real cases, and they would fly them out. I actually had
the ones now at least are fake.
Yeah, the ones now are definitely fake, but back in the day they were real, and it would, it would be somewhat of entertainment. But speaking of, I do remember there was an episode where two friends had went into business and they did the show, and the one biggest reason they did the show is because they knew they would make more money after the show from getting the publicity.
Yeah, I don't like when people be faking beefs. That's weird. Like a real beef, don't don't be faking real
do
beef.
you?
Yeah, like faking real beef. Like before when we were talking about Tank.
Because
like,
we just had a conversation about this yesterday.
I know, but I'm talking about like how the baby said that some dude had approached him and said, let's do a actual rap beef, but like act like we really hate each other.
Yeah.
That's different from having a difference of opinions. I'm talking about real rap beef. Like that's fake. That's weird. That's weird.
I'm telling y'all, Nona Juice is capping right now.
I'm not capping,
I'm
but
going to let that be, and I ain't saying nothing else.
That's weird. Anyway,
all these fake ass rappers in Milwaukee.
Can't
none of y'all stay in the rain from being Jammin.
I know what you're talking about. But that's different. And I'm going to tell you off air why that's different. I thought you were talking about something else. All right, y'all. When we come back, there's a story going up right now about a Chicago woman and her children being jumped near Southside CPS school out there in Chicago. And it has taken the media by storm. It has taken all of the watchers of this video by storm. And it is leaving people with questions as to what happens next. Who gets held accountable when you are seeing a bunch of kids jumping an entire family after school? It's crazy, you guys. We're gonna have the video for you. We got the news story coming up, but make sure you guys keep it locked. We got more conversations with Jammin with Juice on the other side. Stay locked in. We'll be right back on Jammin with Juice. But in the meantime, hit us in the chat and join the conversation. We'll take a look on the other side.